There's only one weekend left in September, which means there's very little time for movies to make their marks on Netflix NFLX. And today's top 10 rankings have really shaken things up, as none of these movies were even available on Netflix a couple weeks ago. And compared to past months, September has been particularly slow for the streaming platform, as no movies have ran wild with the monthly top 10 rankings. In recent months, films like Project Power and The Old Guard and 365 Days dominated without much competition. But this month, it's still anybody's game. Which makes September top 10 an intriguing list to watch. As The Devil All the Time and the Smurfs 2 top today's rankings, we see that there's still enough time and room for them to make a vie for that number 1 spot. But for now, here are the 10 most popular movies on Netflix so far in September. Note, we determine each movie's point totals based on a new system that ranks films according to their daily top 10 placements. The Boss Baby, Get That Baby, was another somewhat successful ploy by Netflix to capture the interactive movie experience that's readily available for a digital platform. And while the animated experiment reached the number 4 position 4 different times on the daily top 10, The Boss Baby had completely exited the daily rankings by September 11th. Netflix's most controversial movie this summer debuted on the daily top 10 on June 10th, and hasn't left since. The coming-of-age drama debuted in the number 7 position and has yet to rise above the number 4 spot. Yet, the movie has remained on the daily rankings despite some heavy competition from new movies, which means Cuties' run might last a little longer. Like most animated movies on Netflix, Puss in Boots seemed destined for a long, consistent run on the top 10. Alas, the movie's stint only lasts 10 days, as Puss in Boots had exited the daily top 10 by September 12th. Still, several days on the list was good enough to rank the movie amongst the month's 10 most popular films. #Alive was fortunate enough and had received enough hype to reach the number 1 spot on the daily top 10 back on September 9th. Since then, however, it's been a slow, steady trek down the list. Today, in fact, marked the first time #Alive didn't even appear on the daily rankings during its Netflix run. But up until today, the horror movie's 10-day stint was good enough for 6th place on the monthly rankings. Because it's such a slow month for movies on Netflix, Pets United wasted no time quickly rising up the rankings. The animated flick spent 5 consecutive days in the number 1 spot, and since has fallen to the number 5 position. And while that seems like a big fall, it seems as though Pets United could stick it out for the entire month, which means it'll likely move further and further up the September top 10 rankings.